I'm gonna sing a song. No, I'm not gonna sing a song. All right, so I just arrived in Atlanta. We just bought 60 units out here, and I was coming out to take a look at them. Got an email with a new deal, 5 properties, about 400 units. I'm already in Atlanta. We submitted an LOI, a letter of intent. Basically means like, hey, we want to buy it. Here's our terms, and they said, sure, we agree to your terms, and I'm here. Right? It's not under contract just yet, but I'm already here, so I'm gonna just drive by the properties and take a look. On the way back, once we actually have a contract, then we're gonna come in with the whole crew. They're gonna walk all the units, and I'll be there checking everything out, and I will be recording that as well. So let's roll. I'm gonna hit 6 properties in less than 3 hours. You know, whatever, 440 units, give or take a couple. If you had 440 houses, how long would it take you to drive 440 houses? Just think about that. I'm gonna drive 440 apartments, okay, in about 3 hours. Now, I'm gonna spend 15, 20 minutes in each place. So let's say, let's add an extra hour. Let's add an extra 2 hours. Let's say it'll take me 5 hours to walk everything or just drive everything. That's pretty damn cool. So that's why I like multifamily. That's why I love it. Actually, that's why I love multifamily, because you can scale it up pretty freaking fast. So the first property is 10 minutes away from the airport. It's nice to swing by on a Sunday just to check, you know, what kind of people are hanging out. You know, you make sure it's looks safe. There's kids playing outside, etc. Right? Summertime. You know, just it's always good. You want to go visit the properties. You know, kind of see what the feel is, kind of the atmosphere, and you also want to drive at night. You want to drive it at night to see how the exact same feeling, right? Just to see if it needs more lighting, if it's too dingy. You want to make sure that it's feels safe. So don't just come for a day. If you're looking at a new property, you know, you need to make sure you stay and you drive it at night. And also make sure you let the property management know that you're going to be driving the property at night, especially if they got a security guard. So don't ask me how I know that. All right, so right now I'm going to call my director of acquisition so we can get some numbers on this project.
So right now we're at 30 million for 386 units, so it's 80,000 a unit. Buying at a 4.5 cap, and then pro forma is a 7.5 cap. Market cap is like 5.5.
Okay.
So it would be like 80% all in based on the current number. But I think once we get like the 2021 financials, we'll renegotiate a little bit.
Okay. And then as far as like the market rents and all that, can they be higher, or what's the play on this?
Yeah, so they're at 658 right now. And then we would try to get them up to almost 900.
Okay. So we got a good, I'm assuming some rehab to these things. Okay.
Yep.
And then it was like 90, it was 90 units vacant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
something
it's
like that. So out of 400,
78.
so out of 400, it's like what, 75%, 70% occupied, something like that.
Yeah, about like 75% or so.
Okay, so it's not terrible. Okay. And so what's the stabilized value? What did you have that at?
40 million.
Okay. Cool. All right, man.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Cool.
Thanks, Connor. So we're buying at 30 million. Stabilized value is 40. We got to check on the condition of the properties, right? So let's assume that we spend you know, $2 million. You can say $3 million. You can be all in for this property at 3.4. You know, with some carry costs and closing costs and things like that. Just worst case 3.4. You know, it's worth 40 million. You can sell it at 40. So it's a $6 million profit, and it'd probably take you 2 years to do, 2 or 3 years, maybe a little bit less. Oh well, minus your fees for the agents out here, for the brokers. But if you're at a $40 million valuation, if you try to refinance this project, you should get back, say 75% of the value. So if it's worth 40 million and you want to refinance it, you get back 30 million, right? So at least you can get initial. I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge just to figure out how we want to buy this. The deeper you get into it, the more you know. But if you're all in for 34 and you can refinance out of 30, you're still short $4 million, right? And I got to raise around $9 million for this. You know, that's just a good round number that I have to raise, or all the GPs would have to raise, all the general partners for this deal. So we can get back, if we can refinance and say in 2 years and get back 30 million, that means we can give back our investors hopefully half their money back, or close to half their money, maybe a third of their money back, a little more than that. And now the rest is just in there until we sell, right? Maybe we hold it for 5 more years and then we sell it. So it's a couple different options. This is not a true BRRRR. Basically means you buy it, you refinance, you get all your money back. You know, it's more of a flip. You can say it's more of a flip. It's not bad, right? You know, $4, $5, $6 million flip in the Atlanta market. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in 3 to 5 years. You know, but buy it at a good price, so you know you're safe. But you know, if it happens to still keep climbing, you're still going to make a lot more money. All right, I'm at the first one, so let's check it out. All right, I'm going to drive the area as well. Kind of just check out. There's an apartment building right across the street. I'm going to go check it out. It's kind of same style, same feel. I want to see how they have it. If it was during the week, I stop by and just check it out, right? You'll get some idea, you know, what they're renting and things like that. So, right, maybe they're $100 and $200 more, and it looks a lot. Just the paint job looks really nice here, actually. So, because there's a lot of people here. This got a little more of a kind of a gray color to them. Looks like they've been painted. Maybe not recently, but a lot better than the other one. See the trash can right there? Look at that. There's mattresses all over the place. Right? So somebody must have moved out and they just left all their shit there. All right, let's keep driving out of here. Like the colors of the doors are kind of blue. So you can do a lot by just adding a little bit of paint on the outside. Right? You can just paint the trim, paint some doors, give it a little pop, and you are done. All right, so just finished driving the area. I didn't really see anything alarming. Really, you know, just a regular, you know, class, you know, kind of C area, C plus area. There were some nice apartments that I saw just right across the street, and they're building some new houses. They look pretty nice. Right up there. You can see that over there. All right, that's my great video work. So now I'm driving about, let me see here, my GPS says 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes to the next complex, which is great. I kind of drove the neighborhood already. If it's not too different, I should expect the same. You know, you guys that are in some really dense cities, you know that a half a mile can definitely make a difference, right? Sometimes half a block, shoot, sometimes across the street. So you don't want to assume nothing. There's a movie out there, Broken Arrow, you know, that I saw many years ago in the 90s, I think. And it said, don't assume anything, or the guy's like, assumptions are the mother of all fuck-ups. Yeah, don't assume anything, right? Let's not assume nothing. Pulling up here. Let's see what we see, and I'll show you guys in a couple of minutes. Just drove this property. Trash can looked pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty clean. I saw an old car that's probably been sitting under a tree for a long time. Definitely a C property for sure. But the area is not bad. Definitely a C property. It's okay to get a bad property in a decent area, right? You can always change the property. You can't change the area. Super hard. I can't say you can't, but you might be able to. Let's see where we're going next. So the next one is actually in another town, which is about 40 miles away. And that's going to be the furthest one of the 5. I just pulled into this town. The name of it is Griffin, Georgia. It's about, I don't know, 30 miles, 40 miles south of Atlanta. Just going through downtown, the main strip. It looks good. So we'll see. I'm going to drive around a little bit, and then I'm going to hit the apartment complex. Well, I'm getting closer to the complex. You know, I passed through downtown. Still working class town. A couple of Dollar Trees, Family General, Family Dollar. So definitely working class. I didn't really see a lot of pawn shops, things like that. But you know, I saw Firehouse Subs, Subway, big chain restaurants. So it's you know, not bad. I just turned off at downtown, and this is the drive there. So we've looked at 3 complexes so far. I'm headed to the fourth one. It's about 40 minutes back now. So yeah, pretty much I'll do the whole drive in less than 4 hours, about 3.5 hours or so. And I stopped to grab some lunch. Can't come to another town without, or another state without stopping by and eating some local food. Next time I'll get that on video, but I just think my wife probably wouldn't have appreciated or approved. My wife wouldn't approve what I ate, so that's why I don't have it on video. Don't get it on video if your spouse does not approve. Quick tip for you. So you gotta drive through some neighborhoods to get to the apartment building, which I kind of like. Just makes it a little bit more private, and it's a nice neighborhood. Everything's clean, all the yards, everything. So pretty happy. I should be there in about a minute. So we're pulling in here now. This one here is 46 units. It's a small. I think this is the smallest one out of all of them. So again, same style apartment building. Garden. Got a family over here just showed up. Let's check out the trash cans. Let's see if it's a recurring theme. There you go. Look at the trash can. Yep. Sofas and things like that, right? So, and that couch looked like it's been there for a while. So, yeah, definitely. I guarantee you, this management company is not on top of things. Right? So, definitely not a company that we would keep. Right? We don't let them know that during all our due diligence or while we're trying to acquire the property, right? We don't let them know that. We let them know that, you know, we're taking them into consideration. We don't say no, we don't say yes, but we want them to be helpful during our due diligence. For the most part, they are. You see again, some more trash there. All right, not much different than the other ones. This was a very small property. We've already gone through the place. All right, next stop. About 15 minutes away. So let's roll to the next one. All right, I'm visiting the fifth property. As you can see, I'm wearing a different shirt. I didn't make it the first day, but I'm pulling up to the last property and it has 48 units, same style. And I'm gonna let you guys take a look at this. All right, so I was driving the first 4 properties on a Sunday. Now this is a Monday around noon. So I'm gonna drive the area. And out of all the areas that I saw coming in, this one was the best area. But again, look, same issues, right? I can tell you this is a property management issue. Look at the trash over there. This is the mattresses. There's a couch there. There's actually a tire back there. And I'm gonna back up, and you're gonna see some more over here. There's another trash can right there. And there's some mattresses on the floor. There's a couch. There's 2 couches there. So I know this is a property management issue. If you look at that mailbox there, they're all open. Nobody's replaced the locks. It just looks, you know, kind of like just sloppy, you know. It's just so easy just to at least close them and put some locks. They're like $4, you know, $4 or $5 for a mailbox lock. But the apartments look clean. Just every single one has had a trash problem. So the drive is 48 units. So we're only gonna take a minute or 2 to drive this complex. All right, we got this guy hanging out at his house right now. Got a really nice yard. Look at that. Right there. He's just chilling in his front porch. I think the guy might be an artist because it looks like he's got a canvas and he's painting. All right, it's pretty clean. Not bad, except for that right there. All right, see the couches? The couches and things like that. That's not good. So overall, I mean, I like the properties. I like the areas. C area, C plus area. Definitely some deferred maintenance on the very first property or the second property. Well, the second property, it had a lot of down units, like hard down, basically needs everything. Now we got a purchase price of a little bit over 30 million, and we're going to see if we can try to renegotiate a little bit. It's just, what do you do now, right? Do you renegotiate now before you actually do your inspections, or do you do your walkthroughs and then you renegotiate later? If you hire a professional company to come do the walkthroughs for you, and you get a quote, an estimate, you spend 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand doing this or more, and you don't get a discount, right? You don't get to retrade the price. Well, guess what? You're out that money. You don't get that money back. So you kind of got to get the feel for the seller. You know, if you're talking to the broker, go ahead and have a conversation with them. Just kind of let them know what's going on. Just make sure you have it under contract, so if it's LOI, they might just cancel your LOI. I'll let you guys know what happens, how we approach this. In the next couple of videos, I'll let you know. You got a long drive, you got to make sure, put some music on. Yo me enamorado de ti. Next video, I'm going to show you guys how to dance.